Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, disturbing video shows a woman picking up a sea turtle hatchling and shining lights on hundreds of others emerging from the sand on a Suncoast beach. ABC 7's Rebecca Vargas joins us now with that video and what Florida Fish and Wildlife are now doing. Rebecca?
Yeah, Scott, this incident happened on Longboat Key, and what the woman is seen doing is illegal. We obtained this 2-minute-long Snapchat video from Florida Fish and Wildlife. In the video, a blonde woman first posts that turtle nest marked area, and then which also shows a sign clearly stating not to disturb the sea turtle nest, along with the rules and laws surrounding turtle hatchlings. You then see light being pointed at the hatchlings and hundreds scrambling to look for the water. The woman is then seen picking up a hatchling. Sea turtles are endangered and are protected by law. According to Florida statute, one must not disturb or harass marine turtles, their nests, or eggs. Mote Marine explains why these laws are in place.
If we shine lights at them, that can disorient them because they use in nature the brightest horizon to get to the ocean. If we're shining something brighter, like an artificial light, that will disorient them and maybe draw them away from the ocean into harm's way. If we're handling them or touching them, that is against the law because these turtles need to carry out their natural crawl to the ocean.
And according to the Orlando News affiliates, the woman, Stephanie Rushing, is from the Orlando area. The FWC tells us they are investigating and taking this incident very seriously. And Scott, someone who violates this law could face federal charges with maximum fines of $100,000 since these sea turtles are endangered. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rebecca. A study is now underway to come up with improvements and changes for a busy intersection in Sarasota. Traffic engineers and consultants are looking at ways to keep traffic moving along US 41 and Gulfstream Avenue. They are also looking at how to make downtown Sarasota and the Bayfront more accessible for pedestrians and bike riders. Some ideas include changing that intersection to a roundabout or improving the current traffic signal. Public meetings about the possible changes will be held in the fall. The study is expected to be completed by the end of next year. The Newtown community is coming together to tidy up the neighborhood this weekend. A community cleanup will happen tomorrow. It's giving residents the opportunity to throw away any unwanted household items, yard waste, tree trimmings, any other sort of trash. Electronics will also be accepted. Dumpsters will be at the following locations, including Newtown Estates Park. Cleanup starts tomorrow morning at 8 and will end at noon. Also happening this weekend, the community of Englewood will be kicking off 3 weeks of heritage celebrations. Pioneer Days starts tomorrow. This year's theme is Englewood Rocks 6 Decades, marking the 60th anniversary of the festivities. It's an annual event to celebrate the culture of the close-knit community in South Sarasota County and northern Charlotte County and its rich history. Activities include a chalk fest, a sing-along, cardboard fishing races, and even a diaper derby. There's also a Little Miss Englewood pageant, which will take place tomorrow. This festivities wrap up Labor Day with a Pioneer Days parade. They like the hot weather there in Englewood.
Yes, sir.
But a lot to celebrate because it is such a unique place.
It's a beautiful place, too. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see why people want to settle there.
Yeah.
A lot of kind of hidden secrets down there in Englewood. Beautiful places to visit. We have some cooperating weather. You know, we've talked for days now. This much ballyhooed and advertised weather pattern change is finally occurring. So I think we'll see a kind of a shift in what to expect in terms of your weather over the next several days. Showers and thunderstorms are headed your way in inland areas, but I don't think you're going to see a whole lot near the coastline today. The Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows a lot of blue sky out there, and that blue sky will eventually lead to more blue sky. You know, I think we maybe have a chance at a shower or two during the morning over the next several days, but for the most part, we are looking at some pretty pleasant conditions across the coastline. Don't see much in the way of any kind of large rainfall chance over the next 3 days, so the weekend looks like it's going to cooperate. I'll put the rain chance this afternoon at about 20 to 30%, but that's going to be in inland areas, not a whole lot along the coast. We'll talk about the forecast for the upcoming week ahead and the next probably 4 or 5 days as well. Coming up in a few, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joined us now. Look at the day on Wall Street. And earlier this week, Jeff, the market set record highs. So how are we going to close out this week?
Scott, you're correct. Monday was awesome. Records all over the board. There's some good stuff going on. Unfortunately, this week has been pretty quiet. barely positive. We'll see how today ends out, and depending on how today should go over for the whole week. Oil's up 9% this week, very strong, while while big companies as well as Walmart and Deere and some other companies, great earnings. So I woke up this morning, the futures were down, but let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is 18,572, down 25 points, just under 1/4%. NASDAQ is actually positive, 5,244, up almost 5 points, while the S&P is negative as well, down 4.5 points, trading at 2,182, down almost 1/4%.
And Jeff, I understand Uber and Volvo have been working on a joint project. What do we know so far?
Scott, Pittsburgh is the lucky city, that's for sure. Volvo and Uber are on a roll. They're coming out with a driverless car. That is correct. The Volvo XC90. The difference is no one's going to be driving this car. It's a $300 million project between Uber and Volvo. It's actually going to start this month with around 6 cars. Now, you won't be able to request the car, although if you're lucky enough to have one, it will be free for the first couple of months. Don't worry, the Uber driver and employee will be in the car just to take over if it needs be, but exciting new technology is here. The mayor of Pittsburgh is 100% behind it. We'll see how long. There's no timeline as far as when it'll be totally driverless, but right now, self-driving cars, Scott, with Uber and Volvo, with the safety of somebody behind the wheel just in case.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of it. It's certainly a growing trend among the automotive industry, that's for sure. All right, Jeff, thank you so much.
Have a great weekend, Scott.
You too. Bradenton Christian School celebrating the opening of its new middle school building, a ribbon-cutting ceremony taking place this morning. The new building includes 9 classrooms, 2 science labs, and extra-large hallways to encourage social interaction.
Yeah, there's a joy on the students' faces. There's a calmness that doesn't typically accompany the first day of school, and the calmness is there because it's a soothing, relaxed, friendly family atmosphere inside this building.
Bible verses have also been imprinted on bricks. They'll be placed outside the front entrance to the building. Right now, 835 students are enrolled at Bradenton Christian, including 218 in its new middle school. And creating a safe and bully-free learning environment is a top priority for administrators this year. Recently, the Florida legislature signed into law a requirement that all schools have a bullying policy and procedure in place or risk losing state funding. Both Manatee and Sarasota counties have state-approved policies that define what bullying looks like. According to a recent study, 1 in 4 teens say they are bullied, and it can have some long-term effects for victims. School officials say the best solution to bullying is educating people about the problem.
By providing students and teachers and parents in our community with an awareness and an ability to intervene, that ultimately we are preventing acts of bullying, against our students.
First day of school in Sarasota County is this coming Monday. And with our hot summer weather, a convenience store chain is offering a fun way to cool off. 7-Eleven is bringing back its Bring Your Own Cup event. Customers can bring in almost anything to get their Slurpees. From coffee pots, fish tanks, your mother's flower vase, you name it. The Bring Your Own Cup event normally lasts 1 day. This year, it's going on 2 days, today and tomorrow. Bring Your Own Cup is part of Slurpee's 50th birthday celebration. Drink up and have some fun, cool off. And it is Friday, and once again, ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher is at another amazing spot for lunch here on the Suncoast. And today she joins us live from Dolce Italia restaurant in Sarasota. Hi, Judy.
Hi there, Scott. I'm telling you, I wish you and John Scalzi could just drop what you're doing with the news and come right over here because we have amazing food today. Now, Dolce Italia in Gulfgate is not open for lunch, but it is worthy of you calling as soon as you can for a dinner reservation. You're going to find out why throughout the hour. Several years ago, I got the most lovely Facebook message from a wonderful woman that has become a good friend of mine, inviting me in for dinner at a new place called Dolce Italia in Gulfgate, and I'm so glad I took her up on her offer. Ever since then, Tiziana and I have been good friends, and she has been feeding me amazing homemade Italian cuisine, feeding so many people. You're going to get to meet her in just a few minutes and find out all about the love, the Dolce Italia, right here in Gulfgate.
The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
I'm a lawyer spokesperson. This is an important message for anyone who took the prescription drug Xarelto or Pradaxa and had a serious bleeding event. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered from a serious bleeding event,
call 800-220-8268 immediately.
Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious internal bleeding, stroke, and death.
Call 800-220-8268 immediately.
You may be entitled to compensation. Call now for a free consultation.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're in the middle of this pattern change that we've been talking about for several days, and the pattern change really didn't take much to make happen. All we had to do is shift the location of one system and everything else will fall into line. 90 degrees, our current air temperature. Dew point is at 74. Still a pretty warm day. We have plenty of sunshine out there. That sunshine will continue to help boost our temperature up probably to the mid-90s once again today. And across the region, temperatures everywhere are pretty close to the 90-degree mark. We've got 89 in Wauchula, 89 in Arcadia, 89 in Mayaca City, 89 in Lakewood Ranch, 90s in Bradenton and Parrish, Sarasota, and then temperatures that are generally in the upper 80s south of that along the coastline. For Venice coming in at 89, for Inglewood at 88, 89 in Northport, and 90 in Punta Gorda. I think as we head into the next several days, we're going to see an onshore wind flow, and while water temperatures are still pretty warm, so we won't get tremendous differences with an onshore flow of air like we might in, say, October, I think we will probably see some warmer inland temperatures than coastal temperatures over the next couple of days because that onshore flow of air will help to cool the coast just a little bit more than inland areas. Today, things are pretty quiet. If you can kind of make out here almost a ring of showers, that's because the high pressure center has sunk south and is more directly aligned over the center part of the state of Florida. So if you think of a merry-go-round, if you're standing in the center of the merry-go-round, you're not going to get a lot of wind on your face. But if you're on one of the edges of the merry-go-round, you know, you're going to get a whole lot more wind flow. And that's kind of what's going on here. The high pressure ridge that we had to our north has sunk south. So as it sits right over us, we tend to get less wind, and our steering currents and surface winds have lightened up sufficiently that we'll catch a good sea breeze building today in response to inland heating. So that sea breeze will move pretty far inland, and it's going to carry the showers with it. So you're not going to get a lot of showers near the coast. Eventually, as that high sinks south, by tomorrow we'll have a more established westerly flow of air, and that will carry us through probably the next 4 or 5 days. Warm afternoons, but because of that westerly flow pushing everything toward the other coast, we'll have storms in mostly inland areas. And the reason the high has sunk south is because we have a cold front trying to nudge its way south and to the east. A first little taste of spring back behind that cold front, but like football players kind of all rearranging their positions when one person moves, so too does our high pressure ridge have to move in response to an approaching cold front. So we're kind of locked into that pattern for several days. Watch the forecast wind speeds. They're coming out of the east, but then they turn west, and they pretty much stay there right through the weekend, helping to keep our wind flow, generally speaking, light and variable during the morning hours and toward the west as we head into the afternoons. Watch the RPM computer model forecast. You'll see a couple of showers building inland today, and then everything being pushed toward the other coast or basically dying out in place. Tomorrow, a stronger westerly wind flow will encourage a few scattered showers along the coast in the morning. Then everything is pushed well inland, and the bigger storms stay in inland areas. They may try to work their way back to the coast as the sea breeze dies, but they'll never make it before dying out. So the coastline is going to enjoy a extended period actually, of some west winds, which means some pretty pleasant afternoon conditions without those big thunderstorms that we have been dealing with over the last week or so. Watch for daytime highs that top out warm in the mid-90s with a decreasing chance of rainfall into the weekend, better rain chances inland. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In health news, a local CVS drugstore cited by the state for its food offerings, according to the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. The CVS store on Clark Road had failed to meet minimum state standards when it comes to food safety. An inspection report found rodents lingering about bags of Chex snack mix and yogurt bars. Also reports of rodent infestation in the back and upstairs storage area of the store. Since then, the store stopped selling affected products and is not storing food in those areas. Spokesperson for the drugstore chain says the store does not have regular pest control service, but they are having the storage areas cleaned and resurfaced. In other news, Hawaii may have found the likely source of a hepatitis A outbreak. FDA tests found the virus came from Seaport Bay scallops imported from the Philippines. Those scallops were then sold to Genki sushi restaurants on the islands. The Department of Health is advising anyone who dined there the past 2 weeks to get a vaccine. At least 206 cases of hepatitis A have been confirmed so far in Hawaii. A major milestone is in the construction of a major project at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Hospital leaders on hand today to watch the topping off ceremony on a new 5-story rehabilitation pavilion. The event is part of an age-old ritual that signifies the construction project has reached its highest point, and in this case, it's 72 feet. The 74,000 square foot facility will replace the 30-year-old inpatient rehab in the hospital's east wing. This new building will include 44 private rooms and innovative technology to help patients struggling with strokes, brain tumors, spinal fractures, injured joints, and trauma-related injuries.
Just very excited about being able to bring another asset to the community. Really have really one of the top inpatient rehab facilities in the nation right here in your backyard.
Inside work still being done on electrical, gas, and plumbing systems. They say the new rehab center is scheduled to be complete by this December. Up next, we have a loving dog who needs a family. We'll introduce you to today's Pet of the Week. And Chinatown could be coming to South Florida. We'll show you how Miami intends to blend more Asian culture into the city.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers, high rate and high pay, never leave you alone.
Debt is really sucking the life out of them. He's picking up the phone.
Oh no, not Consolidated Credit.
With one call, they can lower their credit card rates.
And consolidate their bills into one low payment.
They'll pay off their debt in no time.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Because debt sucks.
Call 800-201-0230. That's 800-201-0230. Call now.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, I have an important message. You may be entitled to receive disability benefits through Social Security. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals and hearings. Best of all, there are no upfront fees, so you pay nothing until you receive your benefits. Call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
It's Friday, my favorite time of week. Marcia joins us with another adoptable dog, and oh, what a sweetie you have here.
And let me tell you,
What a
this is
sweet, sweet
Toto.
dog. Toto.
Yes.
Oh, Toto, you are a love, aren't you?
Toto is a poodle mix and 12 years young, but is very, very spry, almost like a puppy, but well trained, housebroken. Oh, there we are.
Show yourself
yes. And loves to be with people, loves to ride in cars, just the perfect companion. Isn't he sweet?
Really very sweet. And at 12 years old, still got a lot of little small dogs live a long time.
Yeah, we don't want to guess at something like that, but I will tell you that he's in very, very good health. He's over at Bishop's, and he's going to have a long life. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to have a very long life.
He must have come from a loving home because he seems so relaxed and
Yes.
stable and, and, you know, very couch potato-like.
Oh, yeah, or your beer partner, whichever way you want to look at it.
So is he house trained? Do we know?
He's
his
housebroken
history?
that we know of, and he just, he just loves everybody and everything, and so sweet. Very good eater, not very picky at all, and just loves to play, loves to chase balls, loves to do all of that type of thing. So even though he's just a little bit more mature, I think that works on his behalf. Look at that.
I think so too.
Yes, absolutely.
I think so too. Now, Bishop's adoption fee is very reasonable.
Yes, it is. For today and tomorrow, their adoption fee is only $30. Bishop's is doing a marvelous job, like all of the shelters in our Sarasota and Manatee County area, but we are all full, John.
Yes.
We are full to capacity. So because of that, we have to let these little darlings go at a little better adoption fee, and so Bishop's is extending $30 adoption fee today and tomorrow. So he's a bargain.
And as my mother told me the other day, who is as sharp as a tack and a great animal lover, the Louisiana animal shelters are letting go of all their pets, so probably some of them end up here on the Suncoast.
Yes.
So we need to make room.
Yes, we are part of a humanitarian effort going into Louisiana. We have people representing Dante's Den as we speak, and we anticipate that we are going to see an onslaught of dogs and cats coming into the Florida area because of that.
There you go. So adopt. The number is on your screen. There it is right there. And as we toss back to Scott, we want to let everybody know that they are at Bishop Animal Shelter running that special price for today and tomorrow, and this little baby needs a home. Scott?
What a wonderful dog. Thank you both. Let's get back now to Chef Judy. She's joining us today from Dolce Italia Restaurant in Sarasota. Judy?
Scott, I'm in love, and I want you to meet Tiziana, who's the owner here at Dolce Italia. Tell us first a little bit about when you started Dolce Italia and how long you've been in your newer location.
I opened the Dolce Italia 6 years ago. Was in Superior. In October 2010, I moved. No.
Yeah, well, close. And no, that's okay. Keep going. We're live, so we don't get to do it over. So about a year ago, was it?
1 year and a half ago, we moved in this location, and I asked. I come from Ischia Island in the Gulf of Naples, and to miss less my island, I asked my father, that is an artist, to make the castle back us, and I brought here our traditional food from my family, city, and region,
you have such a great talent and such a great passion. How has it been running a restaurant in Sarasota?
Very well. The people, the moment they came in and tried my food and met me and my staff, they fell in love, and they are following me, Dolce Italia, for a long time.
Exactly, because we love you too. Now, you're only open for dinner, and for the summer you're closed Sundays and Mondays, but maybe in January there might be an inkling that we might get to have lunch here?
Yes, in the new things is that in January through April we will be open for lunch too.
Perfect. Now, if you're thinking about a dinner reservation, I'd highly recommend that you give them a call, because they book up almost every night. It's that good, and you're going to become one of the regulars. You walk in and you get to know the people at the different tables, and everything is homemade. It's really special. Tiz, will you stay right here? Because in a little while we're going to have you describe just the little lunch that you made for me today, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nanny's has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart. They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Welcome back, 2 of my favorite guests, Cash 3 and Play 4.
Surprise! We're Pick 3 and Pick 4 now.
Whoa!
But we still play exactly the same. We just got a fresh new look.
Speaking of surprises, I have one for you. Say hello to Pick 2 and Pick 5!
Introducing the complete Pick family of games.
We're family now.
The new Pick 2 and Pick 5 have joined Pick 3 and Pick 4 to give you more choices in your daily gameplay. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team.
Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma! A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. An FSU student will be charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder in a South Florida face-biting incident once he's released from the hospital. Martin County Sheriff's deputies say a neighbor heard the screams of 53-year-old Michelle Mishkun being attacked by Austin Haroof. He says the woman and her husband, 59-year-old John Stevens, were still alive when he got there that night. But when deputies arrived, the couple was dead, and they found Haroof on top of Stevens, biting his face. The neighbor tried to help, but was stabbed several times himself by Haroof. Investigators believe Haroof most likely took a synthetic drug called Flakka. Days before the attack, Haroof posted bizarre YouTube video talking about why he has no need for steroids or any other drugs.
I no longer want to follow Arnold or any other bodybuilder. I want to follow myself, you know? I know what's right for me. I don't need drugs. I know that they can change me.
Haroof is currently recovering in a hospital. He hasn't been officially charged yet, but will once he's released. A task force is working on recommendations for how to deal with the legacy of a shuttered reform school. The group is scheduled to meet today and work on plans for a memorial at the former Dozier School for Boys. It's part of a law passed by the Florida legislature on what to do with any unclaimed remains found on school grounds. Members are split on whether the remains should be reburied there or moved to a spot untainted by the allegations. Local officials want the memorial placed somewhere else in the state. The vacant school is located about 60 miles west of Tallahassee. For years, former students have accused school officials of physical, sexual abuse, and even murder. In Tampa, USF students are being warned about a man who has been exposing himself throughout the campus. Campus police have received 3 reports so far. The first one happened yesterday around 6 p.m. outside one of the dining halls. The second happened later that night outside another dining hall. And then 15 minutes later, another call was received about a man exposing himself in a parking garage. The flasher is described as a white man in his 30s wearing a blue T-shirt, gray shorts, and glasses. Officers are encouraging anyone with information about the man to contact USF Police Department. In national headlines, American swimmer Ryan Lochte is feeling a bit of regret for his behavior in Rio and is now issuing an apology. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest from New York.
Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte now saying he's sorry after reporting he and 3 teammates were robbed at gunpoint at this gas station in Rio. Posting on social media, "I want to apologize for my behavior last weekend, for not being more careful and candid in how I described the events of that early morning." Lochte initially telling NBC after a night of partying, the athletes were targeted by armed men posing as police.
The guy pulled out his gun. He cocked it, put it to my forehead.
But police in Rio claim this surveillance video tells a much different story. You see one of the swimmers pull a sign off the wall. Lochte comes out of the bathroom where the gas station owner says the men broke down a door. The guys are seen getting into their cab when they're confronted by this man. Police say he's a gas station security officer who detained the athletes until they handed over $50. But the video cuts out for 3 minutes. The athletes insisting it was in that time that they were held up at gunpoint, forced to hand over about $400. 2 of the swimmers, Gunnar Benz and Jack Conger, landing in Miami Friday morning. Jimmy Fegan, still in Rio, agreeing to pay $11,000 to a charity to get his passport back.
Fegan is the one who really needs to be concerned because he's there.
And still no full explanation for the conflicting accounts, but in his apology, Lochte went on to say that it was traumatic to be in a foreign country with a stranger pointing a gun, demanding money. Lochte adding that regardless, he should have been more responsible. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, New York.
Marcy, thanks. Experts say the Rio robbery scandal could cost Lochte millions in endorsement losses. Some of his sponsors include Speedo, mattress maker Airweave, and clothing company Ralph Lauren. A spokesman for Ralph Lauren says they are reviewing the situation and working closely with the United States Olympic Committee. In other more positive Olympic news, American Ashton Eaton has retained his title as the best all-around athlete in the world by tying the decathlon Olympic record. He took gold last night, making him the first repeat decathlon champion since Bob Mathias did it back in 1952. Also on the track, Delilah Muhammad dashes to victory, becoming the first American woman to win gold in the women's 400-meter hurdles. And Usain Bolt does it again. He's still the world's fastest man. He won his third gold medal in the men's 200 meters. Bolt is pursuing a third straight triple. All he needs is a gold in tonight's 4x100 relay final. I bet he gets it too. He's amazing.
27 miles an hour, I guess.
28 is what I saw.
Was
yeah, in the 100 meter.
Crazy.
I know.
On the nightly news last night, they said that that'll get you a speeding ticket in some place.
School zone.
School zone. That's
man,
funny.
Oh man.
That's funny. Nice day today. Looking at pretty quiet, tranquil conditions out there. Nice start to the morning. We had a lot of sunshine out there. Fair weather skies, blue skies actually. As the sun rose, we've got a few fair weather clouds, but not many as we have seen in past days building in across the region. This is looking out toward the east, where the most likely chance of rainfall will be today. Not seeing anything building or approaching on camera right now, but on radar right now, but I think that as we head into the later half of the afternoon, you'll probably see some well inland showers beginning to form. We'll put that rain chance at about 20 or 30% today. And as we head into the afternoon hours, I expect to see a pretty nice afternoon and evening across the coastal regions of the Suncoast. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Overseas, Australian officials are working on the next phase of the deep-sea sonar search for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. The new search would require a new funding commitment, with Malaysia, Australia, and China agreeing in July that the search will be suspended once the current vast expanse southwest of Australia is exhausted. The plan is being devised just in case the current 2-year search turns up nothing. The plane disappeared back in 2014 with 239 people on board. In the race for the White House, Donald Trump is now without a campaign chairman. His lead man, Paul Manafort, resigning this morning. The resignation comes in the midst of controversy. Manafort has been under intense scrutiny for alleged illicit payments that he may have received while representing a pro-Russian Ukrainian leader. Earlier this week, the campaign added 2 new top officials in a move widely seen as demotion for Manafort. It's all in an effort to clean up Trump's image and boost his sagging poll numbers. Trump saying yesterday he regrets some of the comments he's made and hopes to make amends. Right now, he's visiting with flood victims in Louisiana.
And I do regret it, particularly where it may have caused personal pain. We are one nation. When one state hurts, we all hurt.
The Clinton campaign is launching some harsh skepticism, calling it all an act and saying Trump started his campaign by insulting people. As for Hillary, the Clinton Foundation is announcing a change in policy, saying it will no longer accept foreign or corporate donations if she does become president. Here on the Suncoast, voters can start going to the polls this weekend. Early voting for the Florida primary starts tomorrow in Sarasota County. Voters can submit their ballots between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. at one of the 4 voting sites listed on your screen. Early voting will continue throughout the week and end on the 27th. Florida's primary election is set for August 30th. Well, Miami is already very diverse, but now city officials are looking at adding on to that diversity. The city is planning to create a Chinatown Arts and Business District. It will be located in the North Miami area. The plan was approved by City Council earlier this year. Unlike Chinatowns in cities such as New York, San Fran, and Washington, D.C., Miami is hoping to make the area known more for its strip malls and shops rather than a high concentration of Asian immigrants. Miami does have a small Asian population. The Chinatown area is expected to have several Asian-owned commercial businesses, tech startup companies, Chinese artwork, and restaurants. Construction will begin next year. Let's get back now to our culinary director, Judy Gallagher. She joins us live today from Dolce Italia restaurant in Sarasota. Judy?
We are ready to eat. So Tiziana, let's start with this beautiful dish right here.
Yeah, it's our signature dish, Trenne Dolce Italia homemade pasta with fresh tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, mushrooms, Parmesan cheese, and a touch of cream.
I love the way you say that. And this
Yes.
special dish.
Yes, it's homemade gnocchi, my grandmother recipe, with tricolor, with pesto sauce, for cheesy sauce and marinara sauce. Salmon alla pizzaiola. Pizzaiola sauce is a traditional recipe from my family with fresh tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, and oregano and basil. Napoletan eggplants. Saute eggplants in a fresh tomatoes, and we serve with homemade ricotta on the top and Parmesan cheese. Homemade burrata served with prosciutto and arugula and shaved Parmesan and sliced tomatoes.
And over here, we're all drooling.
Veal tortellacci, homemade veal tortellacci with in a butter sage sauce and mushrooms, and homemade pappardelle served with homemade sausage, zucchini, and roasted red peppers and smoked mozzarella.
Smoked mozzarella. Oh my gosh. And this beautiful seafood dish.
Linguine seafood with clams, mussels, calamari, shrimp, diced gruber in white wine and fresh tomatoes. Remember, I can make spicy, medium, plain, mild, any way you like.
Do you not love this woman? Can you understand why we love coming to Dolce Italia? You also have some delicious desserts that we're going to get to in just a few minutes. And if somebody wanted to make a reservation, they want to rent out the restaurant for special occasions, they're also available to do that as well.
Yes, we can serve, we can sit 40 people in the same moment, and we can give great food and great service.
It's perfect. Tiziana, thank you so much, but don't go away. I still have dessert to taste in a few minutes. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Batteries Plus bulbs keep stacks of batteries for cars, cell phones, watches, plus light bulbs for lamps, can lights, and appliances right on hand. Did I mention we also repair smartphones? Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Looking at an air temperature outside coming in at 90 degrees currently with a dew point of 74. Feels kind of warm and sticky out there. We have a lot of sunshine and a few fair weather clouds. No rain falling. Winds calm right now. With those calm winds, you have a setup where the sea breeze has the potential to be stronger than we've seen over the last several days and move further inland a little bit faster. So consequently, I think in these areas where we've already seen the 90-degree mark, it's setting the stage to make air rush in and rise. And in these areas where the temperatures are warmer, we may just see some showers and thunderstorms start over the course of the next 3 or 4 hours. I think they'll be mostly in inland areas. We don't have any radar echoes over here showing that eastward motion like we've seen over the last several days. That is because we don't really have that easterly wind flow anymore. We're in kind of a transition, whereas right now, if you notice this kind of circle of rain showers, we have a high pressure ridge sitting right over us, and the winds are fairly light. In fact, as I just showed you, they're calm currently. So that, well, we don't have the easterly push to take the showers from the other coast and bring them into our area and then eventually push them back toward our coastline. In fact, we have just the opposite situation beginning to form. That is a high pressure ridge sinking south, and with the topside winds out of the west, we will find ourselves in a westerly wind flow for about 5 days, as that high will be down in the southern tip of the state. Westerly wind, warm afternoons, storms mostly inland, as verified by the RPM computer model. Those showers build in inland areas and then drift into further inland areas, or else they die out in place. Now, tomorrow morning, I think we will have established that westerly wind early on, so that we may see a few showers being picked up by the fetch of wind off of Gulf waters and give us a chance at a early morning or late morning shower along the coast before everything moves inland, is pushed inland. Now, as the sea breeze begins to die out and the heat of the day begins to dissipate, we may see some of them try to make their way back to the coast, but I think it's a pretty good bet they'll just die out in places. The winds go kind of calm again at that hour. So as far as the tropics go, everything looks good. Near Atlantic, Gulf waters, Caribbean, all look fine. We do have that one system, Fiona, still sitting out in Atlantic waters, but it's not looking very healthy. We have a lot of dry air surrounding it. It'll be moving into an area of stronger upper level winds. So all computer models seem to suggest that this storm system will probably be fading over the next several days. All computer models continue to show it lifting to the north and eventually turning due north as it dissipates into just an extratropical low. Anyway, it'll be a good distance away from the United States, and all computer models suggest that by the end of its forecast track period, it will have fallen apart. Now, we'll watch this system back to the south and to the east of Fiona, because there are some indications that it may be an eventual player in the Caribbean weather as we head into Tuesday of next week. But there's Fiona's tracks. All the computer models suggest we have no issues with it. As far as our forecast goes, we watch for a west wind shifting southwest this afternoon at about 10 knots, bringing a light chop and 2-foot seas. We had one tide this morning at 7:55. The next one, a high tide, comes in just about a half an hour, followed by another low tide at 9:13. So we're not quite at the high tide yet, but we're well on the way to it. Forecast calls for pretty nice couple of days with maybe a morning shower or two, but the afternoon, the evening, near the coast anyway, all look to be very pleasant. Daytime highs will be warm, though, in the mid-90s. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. If you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, ABC 7's Linda Carson has a full rundown in the Suncoast scene.
The 4th annual Venice Summer Cabaret Festival is a huge success. Appearing Saturday night, Charles Logan with a show called Born This Way.
It's a mostly autobiographical story of just all the things that make me me. I sing and dance. I mean, I've got songs from classics like a chorus line and Singing in the Rain to edgier stuff like Hedwig and the Angry Inch and the Rocky Horror Show.
At the Venice Theater, August 20th and August 26th.
The West Coast Black Theater Troupe is quiet right now, but this stage will explode this weekend when Nate Jacobs brings Aunt Rudell to life.
Aunt Rudell brought the house down at the National Black Theater Festival over and over and charmed audiences all over the country on a national tour.
Everybody has an Aunt Rudell. It doesn't matter what race, what color you are, everybody can identify with that woman.
Early on, Nate did Aunt Rudell as a stand-up routine. Then he was advised to don a wig and a dress.
He said, whatever you do, do not cut off that mustache.
Aunt Rudell at the West Coast Black Theater Troupe this weekend.
And this is the biggest thing going this weekend, the Grilled Cheese Festival at Sutton Park in Palmetto.
Saturday, 11 a.m. till 7 p.m., free parking, free admission.
We have a full liquor and wine bar. We're pet friendly. We have air-conditioned tents to keep people cool.
There'll be 20 of the finest food trucks in the area and music by Reverend Barry and the Fantastic Soul and the Job Movement Band. And this just in, you're invited to a free party on the pass, a public party on the sandbars in Big Pass. There'll be music, water fun, and fellowship. 10 to 2 on Sunday. You just have to find your own boat or whatever to get there. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
A lot of cheese sandwiches right there. Thank you so much, Linda. Amber Heard figures out what to do with the money she received in her divorce from Johnny Depp, plus the latest star that's being added to the Marvel comic family. That's next.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits in the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Discover the new Buick and get cash back for up to 16% of the MSRP on select 2016 Buick vehicles. That's nearly $8,000 cash back on this Buick LaCrosse.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Do you have what it takes to become a champion? The Sarasota YMCA Shark Swim Team has been developing champions since 1961. Fall swim team tryouts for kids ages 6 through 18 are being held August 15th through the 18th and August 22nd to the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Tryouts are held at the Evelyn Sadler Jones branch, YMCA's Selby Aquatic Center. For more information, visit SarasotaYMCA.org/sharks.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
It has been such a delicious day over at Dolce Italia. Now remember, they're not open for lunch yet, but they're open for dinner every night other than Sundays and Mondays. You definitely want to share a dessert for dessert. There's so many choices. This is Nutella, homemade Nutella sauce on vanilla gelato. I mean, how amazing is this? And they have beautiful Italian cakes and the typical tiramisu, but very light, and cappuccino. I am going to enjoy every taste taste in every moment here at Dolce Italia till I come back next week for my standard table. I hope you'll come back for your table too, and I'll send it right back to you guys now.
Looks delicious, all of it. Thank you so much, Judy. In entertainment news, Johnny Depp's ex is keeping true to her word. Amber Heard has donated the $7 million she received in her divorce from Depp, splitting it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Heard says the ACLU money will go specifically to help stop violence against women. Jared Leto is jumping into another highly anticipated project. The Suicide Squad's Joker will be starring in Blade Runner sequel. There's no word yet on his role, but Harrison Ford is also returning for a follow-up in that movie. The sequel will hit theaters in October of next year. Marvel Comics has announced its new starring lady. They're casting actress Zendaya as Mary Jane Watson in next summer's Spider-Man: Homecoming. Now, Kirsten Dunst played the Mary Jane role in the first 3 Spider-Man films. The 19-year-old actress will be the first African-American woman to star in the Spider-Man series. Spider-Man: Homecoming will come out next summer. I think that's a great idea. She's a very talented actress.
I'd go see the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Spider-Man.
They're just fun.
They are fun.
Yeah, some are fun.
Do you know the guy that built the Spider-Man set on Broadway has his shop right here in Sarasota?
No.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, just a little trivia.
That's
Throw
a good
it out
story
there.
to tell. Yeah. Thank you, John. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. See you again at 5.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View, celebrating all things old with a new Sarasota vintage store. Plus, Yoder's shows us how to prepare peaches, and a McCurdy's comedian.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.